everyone, it's Kelly here from Spiritual Awakening Signs, and today we are covering how to unlock the sacred power of number 333 and the epic shift energy that it can bring not only to your life but to your awakening too. This is the energy of change. It's very, very powerful, and we've got a lot to cover today, so I invite you, as I always do, to get ready, get comfortable. You might even want a notepad and a pen, because what we're covering here is really going in depth into the power and the frequency of number 333 and how you can utilize it in your life for rapid change. I think you're really going to love this. It's really cool, and it also tends to bring up a lot of new number sequence messages as you move throughout your life as well, so that'll be interesting too. So in this video we're going to cover what spiritual number 333 really means, and of course the epic shift power that it can bring to your life and to your spiritual awakening, how to invoke the magic of 333 even if it hasn't shown up for you yet. So even if you've never seen 333 show up, even if it's something that hasn't happened for you, maybe you don't use number sequences, maybe it's not something that you've seen, you can still use the steps in this masterclass to really tune into that energy. You don't need to wait. And everyone's allowed to access this, okay? We're also going to talk about why 333 energy is the secret to your spiritual awakening progress, urgent signs that you're in need of an energy shift so that you know for sure, and 3 tips to harness 333's life-changing frequency whenever you need a quick shift. So this means you're going to know exactly what to do when things start to feel stagnant, when it feels like life's not really moving forward, when you get stuck in a rut. You know that you can use that 333 energy to move you forward really quickly and in a harmonious way too. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. So the one thing that I want you to take away from today's masterclass, and this is really the key, is that it is a spiritual phenomenon to see these number sequences, and today we're focusing on 333, but there are lots of different number sequences that you might see. And quite often this happens when people either start awakening or are on the awakening pathway. They start to experience this phenomena. So maybe they see 333, it's on billboards, it's on telephone numbers, you see it in car registrations, it starts to pop out. You see it on the clock, oh, it's 3:33. That's strange, that's the last time I looked at the clock, it was 3:33. It just seems to stand out to you no matter where you look. Now it's a sign from the universe that good things are coming to you. That's the main takeaway. If you want to know what does 333 mean, it means good things are on their way for you. It's a sign that something remarkable is unfolding in your life, and it heralds the arrival of serious positive shifts. Okay, so if you're already seeing this is a message from the universe that this is what's happening for you. But if it hasn't shown up yet, or even if it has, do you know that it's not necessary for you to wait? You don't have to wait until number sequences or 333 shows up in your life, on the clock, on a car registration, on a sign. You don't need to wait for that. You can actually choose to tune in to the transformative power of 333 and really utilize its power to make positive changes, to bring well-needed shifts and to usher really good things into your life. And it's a quick energy. You can use this energy. It makes harmonious change, and it does it very, very quickly. Now, it's a little known thing, but 333 can be a much needed ally for those of us who are on the spiritual awakening pathway, because as we move through the clearing phase of spiritual awakening, we're moving all these lower vibrational energies that spiritual awakening naturally encourages us to clear out, but we get stuck. So this is where sometimes energies can get stagnant. Things start to slow down, progress slows, or maybe it's blocked, and we find ourselves stuck in the same old repetitive patterns, the same old slow moving energies of awakening, and that can be incredibly frustrating, especially when there's no hope of any sort of shifts in sight for us. But if we align with the energy of 333, we can receive those life shifting benefits. It's a harmonious change energy, and I'm going to talk more about that in a moment. It can break up the blocks in its path, and it can really catalyze positive energy for the future up ahead. So it's the thing that you want to call upon when this energy needs a shift. It's really, really fantastic for that. Okay, So let's talk a little bit more about what 333 really is, okay? Because you might be new to the number sequences, it might seem a little bit strange, but it's definitely something that the minute you tune into it, you'll start noticing them. I guarantee it. It's happened to me, it's happened to my clients, happens to a lot of people on the spiritual awakening pathway. So it's a sacred spiritual number, and it's a very powerful sign. So it's usually considered a bit of a spiritual nudge from the universe, and it's a combination of three, okay? So that is creativity, communication, and growth, and it's repeated 3 times. So this is for emphasis, right? This is a powerful number. It is the power that you want to invoke if you want fast but harmonious change in your life, aligned change in your life. So like I said, it happens to a lot of people on the spiritual awakening pathway, and it might not even be 333 that you see, but I would say it's a great place to start with this stuff because it's just such a positive energy to begin with. But you can definitely choose whether it's shown up for you or whether it hasn't, whether it's just something you would like to experience. You can call upon it. You don't have to wait and wonder if it's something that's going to start standing out to you. You can choose to step into that energy now. But it is actually a bit of a secret to your spiritual awakening progress because, like I said, it's going to help you to clear and move through all that lower vibrational energy, the energies that we are required to clear out to move into those higher levels of frequency and of spiritual awakening. And the thing is, in awakening we can quite often get stuck. There are moments where we get into a bit of a plateau, and this happened to me a lot on the awakening pathway, and I've seen it with my clients too. Sometimes you just get into a space where it's like nothing's changing, nothing's getting any better, nothing feels like it's moving. I feel like I'm just waiting, and nothing's shifting in my awakening or in my life. And this is when you want to be using this sort of energy. It's a great way to help you to move through it, because when you get into that space, you can feel a little bit hopeless. When there's no hope in sight, it's not only incredibly frustrating, but it's quite distressing when you're just waiting and hoping that something's going to move forward and it doesn't. But you can actually do something about it. You don't have to wait. And we're going to show you how in this masterclass. But let's talk about the signs that you are in urgent need of an energy shift, because this can be really helpful to identify where you are on that energetic kind of spectrum at the moment. Where is your energy resonating, and what kind of state is it in? And I think we need to be honest about the fact that, the spiritual awakening journey isn't quite as seamless as a lot of people tend to make out. And I've found actually over the years through working with clients that it's actually more common for people to struggle with the process, to experience consistent blocks, to find that their progress is sometimes slowed, to be frustrated at the fact that they can't move forward, or that they're stuck at the same level and it feels like they've just been stuck there forever, for really long periods of time. So if you're going through that, don't be too hard on yourself. It's normal. These things do come up in awakening. It is a challenge in many different ways, and it's all about energy. It's all about how your energy is moving. So don't worry if it's happening to you, because we're going to talk about how you can start to shift that, to break free of that kind of stuck energy that you're in. And it is super easy to apply if you know how. So we're going to share all that with you. But let's take a look at this list of signs and just see if there's any of these that you resonate with, if there's any of these that you identify within yourself and within your own energy. So some of the signs would be feeling that nothing ever gets any better, being stuck at what feels like the same level of life or awakening for really long periods of time. Life never seems to change. There's no fresh energy coming into the experience or into your life. You're cycling through the same old patterns, the same old life experiences over and over again. Or another sign might be that despite your best efforts, you just can't move forward. And it kind of defies logic. It's like, I've tried this, I've tried that. These are all the things that people would do. For some reason, it's not working for me. Okay, this is where you really need that boost of energy to break through. You might be feeling fed up, bored, stuck in a rut, or maybe just eager for change. You're just ready for things to shift. Another sign could be that life continually resets. And I see this a lot in my clients. It's like life resets and it causes you to start from the beginning all over again. So it's like this continual, you're climbing. It's really difficult. You hope you're going to get there and you fall right back to the beginning. And it's incredibly distressing when that tends to happen. And the last sign would be that you're going through spiritual awakening, but you're not engaging in an active healing or clearing process. Or maybe you are, but you're just not seeing any results. That would be another sign too. Okay, so if you resonate with any of those signs that we've talked about, you are in urgent need of breakthrough energy to create a fast and effective shift in your life, in your awakening, to get things moving energetically again, to really usher in that energy that we need to sustain us, to help us move forward, to catalyze the shifts. But of course, naturally, there might be a little bit of trepidation, and I know it can feel a little bit scary when you consider, the changes that this sort of energy might bring. You want the shifts, but you want to make sure that it's done in an aligned way and in a drama-free way, because sometimes that can be the thing about awakening. Things start to kind of break away. We want to do it in a way that is in alignment with our life and keeping things balanced and positive. And that's where this potent, life-changing energy of 333 can be so helpful. It can totally come to your rescue, because it's the frequency of harmonious change. It's not just change energy. Change energy can sometimes be destructive. It can break things down. It can make things collapse. It can, so that you can rebuild again. You want harmonious change energy, and that's what this does. So it means that the shifts that it creates in your life are aligned. Okay, it's going to bring good things into your life in a way that aligns with your energy, that works with your energy, rather than working against it. And it can really usher in the energy of change in a way that is compatible with you, with your life, and with your spiritual awakening too. So it really is, it's just a wonderful energy to call upon when you're going through this experience. So now let's get to the interesting part, which is we've got some tips for you. 3 tips to harness 333's life-changing frequency whenever you need a quick shift. So as I said before, this is the energy you want to tap into to catalyze that quick and harmonious change in your life whenever you need it. And no matter how stuck you are, that's important to know. It doesn't matter how stuck you are, it doesn't matter how long you've been stuck and unable to move forward, this energy can still definitely help. But you might be wondering, well, how am I going to do that? Don't worry, we've got a step-by-step system that you can use. We've got some tips here that are going to help you do just that. So these might not be what you expect. Tip number 1 is to acknowledge the block. Okay, so the first step to really creating change is identifying the fact that there is actually a problem. Even if you can't identify fully what the problem is, you acknowledging there's something's not right here, something's off in my energy, something's not flowing. And that can be quite difficult for spiritually minded people, because we've been trained to believe that acknowledgement of negativity is going to somehow breed more negativity, that we're feeding into it by simply acknowledging that there's a problem there. Maybe if we just pretend that it's not there and we don't focus on it, we don't even dare to say it out loud, perhaps it's going to shift by itself. Well, I can tell you from experience, it doesn't work that way. I've been there through the experience myself. I've worked with my clients. You can't ignore that energy is there. It doesn't go away. It just sits there and festers. So you want to get it shifted. So you want to identify the problem. You want to admit the things that are true about that. That you are frustrated by your lack of progress, that you're totally fed up of being stuck at the same old level despite all your efforts. It's really okay to say that and to acknowledge that. You don't need to dwell on it, but awareness and truth is the first step to highlighting the area that requires those healing shifts in your life and in your awakening. And awareness with a focus on solving the problem and solving the issue really brings that positive energy that is needed to begin to dispel the blocks that are in your way. Okay, so acknowledge it. I know a lot of people would say, 333, here's the tips to start, journaling, writing 333, put 333 on your wall, meditate on 333. That's not where we're going. We're looking at really working step by step to make sure you actually tap into the energy of this. And it's not really just some sort of routine, okay? So Tip 1, acknowledge the block. Tip 2, look out for universal guidance, because this is the thing that people stop doing when they start focusing on one number. So most people don't realise it, but when you begin focusing on and ultimately reading the signs from the number 333 and from the universe will begin communicating with you using more number signs. Okay, so the minute you put your focus on one, it's going to use more number signs to get your attention, to give you messages, and to really give you the information that you need for those vital steps that you need to take to move forward. So it's all about bringing the energy of what's around 333 to completion. And it's going to show you that, it's going to guide you to that, it's going to give you tips and information and wisdom that you need. But it's going to do that through the number sequences, because that's how it's now communicating with you. So you need to make sure that you are aware of this showing up, because other number sequences might have really, really important messages, like to tell you not to give up, to tell you that you're on the right path, or to watch out for opportunities, for example. It can be very helpful alongside the 333 energy. It's all about supporting that to bring that to completion. And it doesn't need to be a purely intuitive thing. It really doesn't. In fact, it can be quite helpful to search online for the meaning of the number sequence that's shown up for you, and just feel what result holds the most resonance. So for example, if we're working with 333, you might put that into a search engine. What's the meaning of 333? And you'll see all the search results that come up, and there's lots of different answers. You know, lots of people have different perspectives. But as you start to look down that list, you'll notice that you'll either see the same few words or the same meaning that comes up a few times in a row, which means you're getting confirmation of the message. Usually it happens 3 times. And if it doesn't, you can ask for it. I usually say, if you show me 3 times, I'll definitely know that the message is for me. And the other thing that you might find is that you can really sense what the message is. So you might just be looking down those results and you feel more inclined towards one or another, or something just stands out and feels right to you. That's when you know you're getting the right message. So it doesn't have to be something where you get the number and you just wonder, or you try and meditate on what it means. You can just look it up and feel the right message for you from all the results that show up. That's how your intuition will stand out to you off the page without fail. It can really provide a lot of insights when you work that way. So it's very important to also reflect on what you were maybe thinking or feeling or doing when you saw 333 or any other number sequence, because it might be connected. So keep heeding the signs that the universe is bringing to you, and take a little moment to reflect on those, because you don't want to miss the wisdom and the value and the guidance that is there. So don't miss the other signs that could come up. Don't just focus on one number. Allow the universe to continue to communicate with you in that way, and it really will. And I've just got a little note to say, remember, spiritual numbers like 333 aren't just about receiving messages, they're about acting on them, okay? So take inspired action towards your goals, your dreams, the things that you're aiming for, okay? It's not just about seeing a number sequence and knowing that it's all going to be done for you. Sometimes you need to be a co-creator. You need to work alongside that energy. So remember that. And tip number 3 is to invoke the energy of 333 with energy healing. Now, because 333, because the power of that is an energetic frequency, we found that the best way to actually align with that is to use energy healing, because when you do that, not only can you instantly connect with 333 energy really quickly and easily, there's no waiting for number sequences to show up before you can invoke that energy or connect to it, but you can guide the energy directly to the congested blocks in your system that are in need of clearing to supercharge the process too. So it's kind of like a 2-part thing. You're going to be able to connect with it quickly, instantly, on demand when you feel that you want to do that. And it's going to help you to really clear the blocks. You're going to really be kind of directing it to, here's where the problem is. And there's just a little bit more capability to adjust the things that are required and create the foundations and the supports for working with 333 energy when you can put some other things in place. It's not always just as simple as connect with the energy, Sometimes there are other things that our energies need in order to do that in the right way. So let's have a little, oh sorry, I missed a little bit. The other thing was, by using an energy healing meditation to actually achieve the 333 alignment, you've got a go-to practice that you can apply anytime at all, anytime in the future when you sense that you need that quick shift, anytime at all when you start to think, this is me getting into a bit of a rut, my energy feels a bit slow, things are a bit stagnant, or you're just ready for change. You're just ready for change. You can use it instantly and create that shift, which is really wonderful too. So let's have a little recap of what we've learned so far. 333 is a transformative power that can make positive changes, it can bring well-needed shifts, and it can usher good things into your life, and very quickly too. It's a fast-moving energy. You can invoke it by choice. You don't have to wait. You don't have to hope that it's going to show up in your life. You can just say, that's an energy that I resonate with, and I'd like to bring that into my life and awakening experience. We also talked about some urgent signs that you're in need of an energy shift. So things like feeling like nothing ever gets any better, being stuck at the same level for long periods of time, life never seeming to change with no fresh energy coming in, cycling through old patterns, unable to move forward despite your best efforts, feeling fed up, bored, stuck in a rut, life continually resetting, or you're going through awakening and you're not engaging in an active healing or clearing process, or you are and you're not really getting any results. Okay, those would be the signs. And then we covered the 3 tips so that you can really harness that life-changing frequency whenever you need a quick shift. Whenever you need it, you can apply it, you can align with it. And tip 1 was to acknowledge the block. Don't deny it. Don't pretend it's not there. Acknowledge the block. That lets you direct the energy flow. Look out for universal guidance, because once you start working with 333, the universe will throw numbers at you everywhere, and you'll be amazed how much you get these other messages and guidance that will help you to reach the fruition of and completion of whatever's going on with the 333 energy for you. So pay attention. And tip 3 is to invoke the energy of 333 with energy healing, because you've got a little bit more ability to make adjustments, to set it in the way that you want, to support the system in other ways, and to clear the system too. So it really is a very effective energy to work with. So if you want some help with that, the good thing is you don't need to go to energy healers, you don't need to do extensive training, you don't need to invest in, costly repeated sessions. If you're ready to begin aligning with that transformative power of number 333 right now, you can take a look at our brand new meditation, the 333 Harmonious Shift Meditation, and it is designed with you in mind. It's going to help you to really align with that transformative power of 333 energy, break through energetic plateaus. So anywhere where you're stuck, you can't move forward, it's going to help you break through that and experience fast yet harmonious change in your life and in your awakening too. And the best part is you can get started in about 10 minutes. Okay, it's really quick to get started. And if you've never done any of our energy healing meditations before, they're truly unique. They are a combination of guided energy healing and activations with energy healing that is really in a relaxed way. We're working with meditation. It's really something that you can just relax to, and you're going to get the shifts that are created for you. And it's specifically tailored to you and your energy, because I work with a collection of high vibrational spirit guides who are dedicated to helping you on the spiritual awakening pathway. And when you listen to these meditations, it's not the same. Everyone doesn't get exactly the same. They will work with you on your behalf, and they will start making adjustments for you, your energy, and your spiritual awakening. So you'll get something a little bit different every single time you listen. And of course, you can use it repeatedly anytime you feel that you need that shift, anytime you feel that you're stuck in the energy, you want to move forward, or you just want to bring in some positivity energy, which is really helpful. So the meditation is going to help you to do a few key things. It's going to help you to break through periods of plateau or being stuck at the same level of energy. It's going to clear lower vibrational, stagnant or slow moving energies that are halting your progress. It's going to catalyze quick and harmonious change in your life, no matter how long you've been stuck. It's going to help you to access positivity expansion and divine life-changing shifts. And it's of course going to help you to invoke and harness the magical energy of 333 for harmonious change whenever you need it. Even if 333 hasn't shown up in your life yet, you don't need to have seen it anywhere in order to use the meditation at all. I hope that you are ready to embrace that transformative power. So I hope you've enjoyed the masterclass. Take a look below and see if it resonates with you.